Happy Friday, everyone. Here's Video Barbershop's Friday tips of the week. So today I thought I would talk about transitions, animated transitions. And although Video Barbershop is not a multi-timeline video editing suite like a lot of other programs where you can stack assets on top of each other and do cool transitions. Its fundamental foundation is making clips and either exporting or merging those clips themselves, not stacking assets and editing assets together into a single video, but to bulk edit and bulk export multiple videos. And so it's not really designed for doing things like transitions between the clips. However, you can do it. And it's leveraging some of the stuff that we've got going on in each of these sections. So let me show you a little trick you can do really easily. So I've got two videos here. There are two 80s commercials. One is this, oh, actually it's a couple commercials. One is this video on clothing and toys, and the other one is this juice one with a total 80s glam kind of slice. Yeah, oh, it's not juice, slice. So those are fun. I'm just going to clip the entire video of each of these, and I'll just pretend that they're a single clip. And so I've got one clip for that one now, one clip for this one. This is a 30-second commercial. This one actually want to break up since it is multiple commercials. Shoetown, huh? All right, let's just kind of find there's the break. Well, not much of a commercial break going on there. Let's see, what do we want? Let's edit this and split it right at that point. Let's break it up into two. Let's get rid of the old one so we just have the one. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and edit these so that we have like an ending frame right there. I'm gonna set the end to there instead. So that's our end frame for the first one. And then this one, I'm gonna start off of, well, let's actually start it right there. Let's clip that. Started at that point right there. So now what I want to do is transition from this clip from this video into this clip in this video. And what I'm going to do is take the frame of the very last image here. I'm going to take a snapshot of that and I'm going to save that off. And then I'm going to pull this video up and go into the clip here. And I'm going to do an image overlay, a watermark, and I'm going to add that last frame. Now, if you remember, or if you've seen my other videos, or I've talked about this, the snapshot does a full image at full source of what's going to be exported. So since I have everything set to same source, same resolution, it's going to be the 640 by 480, and it's going to be exactly what it was when you saw it there. And so putting it as an overlay here, now this has the entire overlay image replacing that clip video with it. However, what I want to do, and you can do different blend methods, just so you can see that there's both of them are there simultaneously. It's just layered right on top of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and maybe do like half of a second. So we've got half of a second here now, and I'm going to do a keyframe. And now it's set a keyframe, and you can see it better if I zoom in here. So it's set a keyframe from the very beginning to half a second in. And what I'm going to do is just kind of a basic animated transition. So with this overlay now, when you are working in keyframes, it tells you which keyframe you're working in. If I move the cursor out, you can see the second keyframe is highlighted. There's a first keyframe that is automatically set at the beginning if you have your cursor somewhere else other than the beginning. And so it automatically creates two keyframes. Now I can go back to the first keyframe and start, work on the start of it. But what I want to do is work on the second keyframe here, because the start, I want it to be this. However, I want it to transition into just a, let's just animate it off screen. And so in a half of a second, it's now going to animate off. This might not be the best frame to see. Okay, so that's not quite enough, so I do need to bump this up. Let's just kind of increase that until I can definitely tell it's off screen. Let's round it up to be safe. All right, so that's now, as you can see in the half second, it just zips away. So we can hit the space bar and just check it out. Yeah, there we go. And I'm also going to increase or change the opacity too. So I want it to fade away. So we've got like you can see it kind of starts to fade away as it zooms off. Yeah, so there we go. Now we can just merge that together, merge all, because we're merging clips from multiple videos, multiple clip sources. You want to use merge all when you're doing that. And then just keep everything as it was and save that off. And it should be pretty quick here, but we can just double check. It's now in the process of merging. There we go. So, oh, there we go.
You can't miss Lauren. She has a look that makes the difference. How does she do it? Spirited, carefree, confident.
I love 80s commercials.
Candy bright casuals, trim cotton shorts, a go everywhere top. Watch her turn heads. What is her secret? Her secret is a shoe-town secret. Share.
So that's it. There you go. Basic transitions. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with keyframes and doing the different settings. Just keep in mind whatever keyframe you're actually selected on and working on. Now you can move the cursor and see outside the keyframe, but any changes you're going to make here when a keyframe is selected is going to be editing the keyframe itself. And not what you're looking at. It's not going to project it out. You need to create a new keyframe if you want to have stuff work there, but it's just purely being able to see and scroll and see what's going on in there. And if we could reset everything, and so it's right back there, and you can see now there's no transition. So keyframing, very powerful, really fun. You can do a lot of fun stuff with it in ways that you didn't quite think Video Barbershop might have been able to handle, since it's not a multi-track timeline. But it can catch you off guard if you don't recognize the fact that you're working on this keyframe no matter what you're looking at, and you have to go to the different keyframes. If you're unfamiliar with keyframes, this transition was linear, but you can also do a variety of ease-ins and ease-outs, and you can see this graphic representation of what it's doing over time, where of course I'm not, let's have it get thrown off here. So you can see this is easing out, or actually easing in. So it slows down as it goes on, and it's real quick at the beginning. There's also kind of an ease in, ease out, where it's slow at the beginning and slow at the end. Let me actually pull it in further so you can see better. So there's that kind of easing. There's also just a straight step, and it just instantly snaps. So that's no easing. And then of course the linear, but yeah, so here's the ease out. You can see it's nice and slow, and then it speeds up. So you can do a variety of transitions and keyframe animations very simply if you just kind of get a little creative with how you're laying these out, how you're positioning them, using the watermark. Equally, you could have the image be a background. In here, you can override and add it as a backdrop instead and play around with different frames and animations and backgrounds. And so there's a lot of fun stuff in here. But so that's Video Barbershop's Friday tip of the week. How to actually do transitions in a program that was never designed to do it. All right, take care. Oh, I should mention version 1.4 is about to be, it is off to Apple. It's getting in the process of approval. And one of the big features coming in that is video capture. And I'm really excited about this. You can capture from different sources. You can see I've got my webcam or iPhone in here. If I had a video source through USB, it would show up here. You can set the various device formats and your export options and capture directly to your drive. Really great. I'm going to do another video talking all about it and showing it off, but a lot of exciting stuff. Also, some other things that were added is some real new, just great visuals for adjusting color. You can see as you're changing it, the way that it affects the graphs and know exactly what you're doing and why and how it's affecting the image. This hue rotation is really cool. You can see as you can rotate it around how it affects the colors and why. If you have something where the grass just isn't quite green enough, you can rotate it so that the grass is more in the green range. All sorts of fun stuff that's new in 1.4, and I'll be creating more videos talking all about these new features. But anyway, happy Friday. Hopefully, who knows, maybe 1.4 will get approved today, but if not, because Memorial Weekend is probably going to have to spill over into Tuesday or Wednesday. But look for it. It's coming out soon. All right? See ya.